3, 2, 1.
What's up everyone, Dan here, Crypto Capital Venture. Thank you for coming by. Litecoin, still going strong. We actually went a day with a green candle and it was very nice. Didn't wake up this morning with the crypto world fire engines going off and people going crazy. So if you're still there and you're still holding, congratulations. Have a couple things I just kind of want to go over real quick, some things I'm looking at, some things I'm keeping an eye on, and let's just really jump right in. So, I mean, looking at the chart on Litecoin, I know the other day I kind of talked about the falling wedge, and sorry, my those are not good lines, but basically the falling wedge, which is reaction highs and reaction lows converging as this slopes down. So it's really a continuation pattern indicative of, you know, a correction against a long-term uptrend. So it's a bullish pattern. So I talked about it the other day and I'm really just keeping an eye on it. I'm, you know, watching it form, and there's just something I really wanted to look at and talk about just because I was looking at it a little bit earlier today, so I figured I would just throw it out there for you to look at as well. I'm looking at Bitcoin, and I'm looking at Bitcoin on this chart is, you know, this is basically right now, and this Bitcoin is back in 2013, and this was the beginning of a nice long bear market. And you know, we hit $1,000 here and we didn't see $1,000 again until 2017. So what I'm looking at is, you know, the charts. If you look at this run up here that Bitcoin made, the charts look really similar right now. You know, we're not so far in, but if I can just put that right next to it, it's eerily similar, isn't it? You can see 2013 this high, you can see this high here, dipping down a little bit and back up, dipping down a little bit, back up, and then back down, and then we're kind of like right here right now in 2013, and here we are in 2018. So the question is, I mean, what happens next? I'm not saying we're entering a long-term bear market. I'm just saying it's an interesting pattern to start watching and actually seeing how close it follows this. So what I would like to see is something more of a falling wedge and not so much of a descending triangle like this formed over, you know, what was this? This is a few months right here. This is November to March. So I'm not saying we're here, it's just something to look at as far as history goes and comparing history, because listen, we're gonna go one way or another. We're gonna enter a bear market. I mean, you can look at Charlie Lee and his tweets, and so many people were hating on him for just what he said, but you know, I feel like the way his mind works is kind of just, he's definitely a realist, and I'd say he's definitely way more conservative and safe, and he's not, you know, he doesn't just throw stuff out there. I think he really thinks hard about the things he says. So whether or not we actually enter a bear market, a bear trend for the long term, that's still up in the air. I'm not saying that's what's happening. I'm just saying it's interesting to see how it began back in 2013, and it's very interesting to compare it to where we are now and to see, you know, what kind of trends and patterns the market starts to form as we kind of start to, I mean, we're a few days in here, and you know, things are kind of starting to feel like they are consolidating and leveling out here, but who knows? So it's just something I wanted to throw out there, and I'm doing that not to instill like any type of fear or uncertainty or doubt, as they say, but I'm doing it just because we all hope and wish for you know, Litecoin and Bitcoin and the markets to continue going up. And I like to just have a sound voice in the matter and just be conservative and safe in case it doesn't, because it is an option. It's not like, you know, just because there's so many people invested right now that it's just gonna go up and, you know, a ton of people aren't going to lose money. It's an option, and I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be real so that it's an option that we can prepare for. Because, and I'll talk about this in another video, it's just something I've learned in the past, and that's why I am the way I am. And you know, I hope some of you can appreciate that, but I'm not going to sit here all day and just tell you, you know, buy, we're going to the moon, we're going to the moon. That's just not me, and it's not the way I operate. There's still ways to make money even in a bear market. So we're not there yet. So I'm right now just chilling. I'm watching the charts, and you know, it's something you want to keep an eye on. That's all. Now, on the bullish end of things, you know, we can certainly continue this uptrend, and that's what I'm really hoping for and keeping an eye on. But I think right now we really need to form some, you know, solid support areas, and you know, form some solid channels, because right now I feel like we're kind of a little bit up in the air with things, and the other thing is it's hard to get a real good sense of market sentiment right now, which is extremely important. There's so much, and that's the other thing I do want to actually end this with. Compared to 2013, there is a ton of, you know, things that are different now in terms of, you know, just the exposure that cryptocurrency has now, the technology now. I mean, there's cryptocurrency tickers on CNBC. We live in a different world. So and my personal opinion is I don't think we're going to enter, you know, this you know, year-long bear market. I just don't think it's going to happen. However, it's something to be prepared for and look out for. So, with all that being said, thank you for watching. These are going to be my thoughts for the day. I like to keep these short. Don't want to take too much of your time. Thanks for coming by, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.